Here is my war card game. Here we have our player class. This is going to have the list of the cards. So I went ahead and named that hand. There we've got our score and our player. This is our player constructor, and we set the score at 0. And then we just have our methods, our, describe method, so we can describe the cards in the player's hands. And then we have our flip method so that when our players flip their cards, it'll take it off of the first element in the array and put it in their hand for the round. And then this is our draw method where they're drawing from the deck into their hand. And then our increment score method. That way we can keep track of our players' scores throughout the rounds. And then in our card class, we got these elements, name and value. And then we have our getters and setters. That way we're able to get the name of the card and, then set the name of the card and then the values. And that here's our describe method so that we can describe the card itself. And then we have our deck class. This is where we had to import an array list. So we've got cards, and our war deck constructor is containing the names array and the values array. That way we have a deck to even pull from for the players. And this way we're able to loop through the deck and add them to the cards. And then here we've got our getters and setters again. And then our methods. We have a describe method to describe the card in the war card class. And then we have our shuffle method. That way we're able to shuffle the deck. And then our draw class. So again, we're just going to be able to have the player remove the first element of the card's array. And then we have our main app, which is featuring the war deck and our 2 players. We start out by shuffling the deck, and then we have our loop that's going to loop us through the entire deck and for the entire rounds, because we're going to go 26 rounds. And then we have another loop here. This way we're able to allow our players to flip the cards and describe which card they have for each round. And then with these if-else statements, we're able to compare the value of both cards with each other to determine which player wins each round. And then after the rounds are all over, that's when our program is going to compare player 1's score against player 2's. And if player 1 has a higher score, it's going to say player 1 won, and vice versa. And if they both end up in a draw, then it's just going to tell us it's in a draw and nobody won. And this is how it turned out. So we got round 1, the players and everything. And it goes ahead and describes each card that they flipped, and it'll go ahead and keep tally of the points all the way up till round 26. And since player 1 had 14 points and player 2 had only 12, player 1 won the row. Player 1 won the round. That is hard to say. But yeah, thank you. That is my final coding project. Thank you.